Get a little thumbnail action. Shit. So hey guys, and welcome to another video, and today's video is going to be a book haul, because self-control is just overrated, even if you have no money, like I do. But yes, these are a combination of some Christmas presents and one or two books that I bought for myself. I tend to buy all my books on Amazon used, so they really weren't that expensive, and I guess we will just jump straight in. The first book is actually one I bought new, and it was sort of a welcome home gift to myself, and that is Dark Tales by Shirley Jackson. This is a collection of short stories that are all unpublished, I want to say. I'm not entirely sure. I really like the cover. If you can't tell, there's like cat's eyes in the tearaway of the curtain. As you may know, I have read both We Have Always Lived in the Castle and The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson, so I'm just going to add this to my little Shirley Jackson collection right by here, and I will hopefully get to it very soon. The next book is one I'm currently reading, and I've done that thing where I was reading it, I put it down while I was cleaning, now it's disappeared, and that is Picnic at Hanging Rock by Joan Lindsay. This one is pretty much summed up in the title. This is an Australian set novel about a girls' boarding school who go for a picnic at Hanging Rock, and some of them do not return. At the time of filming this, I'm about 100 pages in, and the book is just under 200 pages, and I'm not really sure if I'm hugely enjoying it at this time. I'm a little bit confused, to be honest. But it is very readable, and I should finish that one up pretty quickly. The next book I have to talk about is Elijah's Mermaid by Essie Fox. I primarily bought this because of the cover, and when I looked at the blurb, it talks about how it's set in a carnival, a tale of obsessive love and betrayal, so I'm hoping for lots of carny folk in love. Our main character actually has webbed toes and web hands, and is the mermaid of the carnival. For this one, I'm just sort of expecting lots of freak show elements, along with some magical realism, I believe. The next book I was sent for review, and that is Little Deaths by Emma Flint. This is a crime novel, focusing on a woman who's sort of an alcoholic and sort of a prostitute. One day both her kids go missing and turn up murdered, and it's basically about how the cops instantly look at her as the culprit because of her lifestyle. I won't lie, I was primarily attracted to this novel simply because of the title. I liked the dark little pun on little deaths that secretly means orgasms, because I'm about 5 years old. But I also liked the fact that the little deaths could, you know, refer to the vicious murders of her children. I just thought it sounded quite dark as a title, and I also really liked the cover. So I'm currently reading this. I'm only about 50 pages in, but I will let you know what I think in my wrap-up. This one actually comes out on January 12th, in case you're interested in some little deaths. Sounds weird, doesn't it? The next book I have to talk about is one that I am currently also reading, and that is The Butcher's Hook by Janet Ellis. Interesting bit of information about Janet Ellis. She used to present Blue Peter, a kids program, and now she's wrote this book all about a girl who falls in love with the butcher's boy, and her parents have already set her up with somebody else, and apparently she turns to rather dark means to escape this planned marriage. I'm currently 2 chapters in, and we have already had dead babies and statutory rape. So, this from a kids presenter, a little surprising, but still good so far. The next book I have to talk about is one that works with my New Year's resolutions about reading more books set in Australia, and that is The Night Guest by Fiona McFarlane. And if I take the cover off, some of you may have seen this on Instagram, but how cool is that under the dust jacket? Lovely. This is set on an island off the coast of New South Wales, Australia, and it basically deals with our main character of Ruth, who isn't very able and sort of can't really leave the house. But one day a woman turns up saying that she is a carer from the government, and apparently she doesn't have very nice intentions with Ruth. Overall, I really have heard lots of really good things about this. I just really like that cover underneath. The next book I have to talk about is The Life and Death of Sophie Stark by Anna North. This is nothing to do with the Game of Thrones character. Whenever I see Stark now, I instantly think Game of Thrones. This is about an enigmatic film director, and it's sort of about how she's destroying the lives of people around her, and then also her own. I saw this described on Goodreads as sort of a thriller where the villain is actually our main character's mind. I don't know if it's some kind of multiple personality type deal, but I've heard it's really, really good. All the reviews were pretty glowing, and it just sounded pretty interesting, so I picked it up, because, you know, no self-control. The next book I have to talk about is one of those authors that I always see on lists that include my other favourite authors, so I'm pretty sure that I'm going to like him, and that is Still Holding by Bruce Wagner. Bruce Wagner has quite a few books out now, and from what I gather they are all Hollywood satires in the vein of Bret Easton Ellis, who I do love, so I'm really hoping this will be good. This is a book told from 26 different perspectives, all set in Hollywood, and they all sort of intertwine in a way. All the characters have sort of the mundane jobs in Hollywood, I believe. I believe one of our characters plays a corpse on 6 Feet Under, which is a really great show, by the way, so you should definitely watch that. Yeah, I just feel like this is going to be one of those authors who I just like because of his association with all the other authors I like. And then the final book we're going to talk about today is one that's very much out of my comfort zone because it's historical fiction set in another country, but I wanted to read more books from places I've travelled, and Japan was one of the places I went. So the next book is The Gift of Rain by Tan Tuan Eng. Now this basically deals with a friendship between a half-British, half-Japanese boy who befriends a Japanese diplomat. It's set in 1939. Apparently at the time Japan are at war, and this war causes rifts between our two friends, and the book details their relationship and friendship as time goes on and how the war really affects them. Like I said, this is something that I would normally never pick up, but because of my resolutions I thought I would give it a go, and maybe I will find a new genre or a new author that I like. I mean, 1939 Japan. Sounds pretty good to me. So there you have it. Those are all the books that I have to show you for today for my no self-control book haul. I'll be filming a couple more videos for this week, so I shall see you again soon. Goodbye.